Hi, I'm John Everett with Zurn Industries. Today I'd like to talk to you about a question that I get very frequently, and it is, what is a pressure reducing valve for? Well, for myself, I've been in the industry for quite some time. It's very clear, and I always assume, everybody should know what a pressure reducing valve is for. But that's absolutely not true, and it's not fair. But before we describe what a pressure reducing valve is for, we should probably describe why we have pressure in a water system to begin with. It's necessary to have the water system pressurized in order to convey water throughout the distribution system. If you think about an area where, say for example, you live in Southern California and you're in a hilly area, it takes pressure to push that water up the hill. So the water purveyor down, say if he's in the valley floor, he may have to have very, very high pressure in the valley floor in order to push that water throughout the distribution system to satisfy demand. Well, the Uniform Plumbing Code says that if the local street pressure is greater than 80 pounds per square inch, we're required to reduce that pressure before it enters any building or domicile. So the pressure reducing valve is that valve that does just that. It reduces that high municipal water pressure down to a lower value in order to become useful to us. Now, that threshold again was 80 pounds per square inch. So the code says when the water enters the house, the pressure reducing valve must lower it to a value below 80. We find that most households will operate satisfactorily at about 50 pounds per square inch. But again, as long as it's reduced below 80 psi, that is considered acceptable by the code. So here at Zurn Wilkins, we manufacture a large number of pressure reducing valves. And again, as they describe, they reduce that pressure. The high pressure comes in, and exiting the valve is some value below that 80 psi threshold. So it's a mandatory product with respect to the code, but it also has other features and benefits too. For example, just the conservation of water. It helps protect all those components that are attached to our plumbing system within our house or building, because naturally the higher the pressure, the more wear we're putting on those components. So the pressure reducing valve does have a value far greater than achieving what the code describes. Now, if you have any questions about pressure reducing valves, we'd strongly encourage you to contact Zurn Industries Customer Care, and any of our customer care personnel can describe to you the features and benefits of each individual pressure reducing valve. They can also help you better understand the need for a pressure reducing valve. Should your questions go beyond their level of expertise, we have engineers, tech managers, etc., that will be happy to answer those questions for you. So we strongly encourage you to contact Zurn Customer Care, and let's talk about pressure in general and pressure reducing valves.